beside headquarters.
It's like New York. Because Rocky sings New York.
Oh. Okay. Let's go.
So still got about 20 minutes. In the meantime, we do have a full-service bar open. It's available for your enjoyment. I definitely recommend that you take advantage of that. You're on holiday a little bit today, and just enjoy it and relax a little bit. You should know that here at Argosy Cruises, we make a wonderful Bloody Mary. So it's probably what I recommend the most, the Citron Bloody Mary. We consider it the best on the waterfront, and considering most of the waterfront's closed today, that's probably totally true. So
whether you're, I am Eagle actually. The way that you know what side you are on is you ask your mother. Much like we inherit last names from our fathers in most Western society, in the Haida family you inherit your clan from your mother's side. And when it comes time to marry, eagles always have to marry ravens, and ravens always have to marry eagles. For the same reason you don't marry your family members. It's a better system that way. Now, also relevant to that, underneath the clan system are what are known as crests. And so, for example, on the eagle side, there are crests like mountain goat or frog, and these things will delineate your access to first. In Haida, what I'm about to say is greetings, good people. I'm happy to be here. Gail Dala Ai is my Haida name. I come from the Haida tribe. I come from Eagle Clan, and frog and sculpin are my crests. And so in Haida it sounds like this. It's Kila, Harla Isit, Atlan Hlis Al de Gudinge Agen, Gail Dala Ai Hinu Ikyaam, Diuk Itzatagen, Gagudas Gustu di Kwalagen, Digwaikan Shokyan Kustan, Isyan Kal U Egypt. And that's a little bit of Haida for you in the Kaigani dialect. Now, you might have heard some sounds. A lot of people say it sounds like Dutch, German.
And which is amazing because like we did the when I was there in the 7th grade class we did the tribal appreciations and we did the kind of art thing.
And with that, we are underway. We're going to be friendly. We're going to feed you guys. We're going to share songs, dances, art, those kind of things with you on your trip out there today. The other reason why we use that particular term is because Tillicum Village is not a representation of only one tribe, or in fact even one cultural group. It's a representation of all those tribes that were found from the Columbia River all the way up to southeast Alaska. And in this area there are at least 3 different cultural groups. The first group that you guys might be most familiar with would be the Coast Salish. And those are the tribes that we find in the area here. The Duwamish, the Suquamish, the Swinomish, the Tulalip. So, the global team for today are resident artists, leaders, and if anybody has a chance to reach out and say hi to Nancy, she's a warm conversationalist. I promise you'll enjoy the conversation. And as a side benefit to that, you'll have an opportunity to maybe take a picture of that hat, throw it up on Facebook, and tell your friends that you wore a $5,000 hat. You should ask Nancy how long it took to make it, what its meaning for the Arthur Jenny Party. Finally chose to create the city that we know as Seattle, the Columbia Bay Area. And so I think it's important that I can retain that name as a cross cover place because the cross number from what was formerly just the native inhabitants to importance. If you look to the right, and if you think that maybe Tillicum is biting off more than it can chew by trying to represent such a wide area, I'd like to draw your attention to the right or starboard side of the vessel. Now we know this neighborhood as the Magnolia neighborhood, and we're not going to talk about to indicate how a person, when they push their way through the bushes, they eventually emerge on the other side. Just if you look at that point, how it pushes itself away from that thickly wooded bluff, and eventually it emerges on the water. Now, the reason it's relevant to our experience today is the Burke Museum conducted an archaeological dig there in the 1990s, and what they found is that this is one of the oldest New York algae. Now, the reason we don't stick with that same pronunciation today is because of a historical anomaly known as the Prohibition era. The Chief Seattle then? He was a chief of both the Duwamish and the Suquamish people. His father was a member of the Suquamish people found at the north end of Bainbridge Island, and his mother was the daughter of a chief of the Duwamish people found in the Seattle area. Alright, so we are now...
Welcome to Tillicum Village. Right this way for your hot clams and nectar.
Thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
I got this. I know where you are.
Then you just put it in your mouth.
You're supposed to got the shells.
Не капай, осторожно.
Мощность.
Ну, я сейчас сниму.
See, that's how they're dividing our fish.
Canada, the southeast onto Alaska, just like you're in there today. But I come from a Prairie clan. Within that clan, I have two crests, the brown bear and the double-fin killer whale. And in my language, to say my clan would be Yaklanis. To say my name would be Kutsikia. That translates to the ancestor. So allow me to paint a picture of where you all are today. and split-seater planks are used for the siding of the rooftop. Gas will be left in between those to allow light and to allow smoke to escape the roof. Where you all are seated would have been a barrier floor, with one or most likely more fires burning, creating a smoky haze.
The creature had the fur and claws of a fearsome animal, but it walked on 2 legs. It could grow in size. It was very fast on land and in the water. The beast is seen tearing through the forest in search of prey, for it is always hungry. The beast is clever, always watching, always sniffing the air for danger. Suddenly, the beast hears hunters searching.
In wintertime, the
Dances are a source of strength for our tribes.
They argued and thought and talked, and they couldn't think of anything. If you have a problem like this that no one person can solve, what you need to do is go to an elder. Because old people are not just smart, they're also wise. They've lived a long time and know how to solve big problems. So they went to the oldest man in the village and they explained the problem to him. And he said, let me think about it for 2 days, come back and I'll tell you. In 2 days they returned and he said, you shall use the word Yahau. Yahau will mean work together, push together. When I say Yahau, we all say Yahau and push up on that heavy sky. And so I want everyone to Yahau. 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 We did it. We pushed the sky up to where it is today. It's a very good thing. That story is called Pushing Up the Sky, told by the Snoqualmie people. Thank you. Thank you.
Good Beak. And Hoksokwa. The thundering sound is the noise of them crying out for food for their master. Everything we do has an impact and a meaning. The Coast Salish people have not forgotten this. We still give thanks to the salmon. We still tell stories. We still dance. And we always remember the world is sacred.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Tillicum Village dancers. It is now my privilege to introduce you to the dancers. To my right, Stephen Mather, the Sintian people, dancing the Hamatsa Raven. In the center, dancing Hoko, the Big Beat. CJ, I'm sorry, Joe Alexander, the Haida people. The other guy, CJ. CJ, the Tlingit people dancing the Crooked Beak of Heaven. And these masks are such beautiful examples of the art form in the area. We know that you guys probably want to have a closer look at their handiwork. So we have two of the dancers, and CJ out there that'll pose for photos with you. You get a chance to look at the masks and maybe ask the dancers some questions, what they represent and those kind of things. Interesting aside, the large beak, the one that was in the center here, was actually a tree that was just on the other side of the wall here. So if you happen to be wandering out that way, you'll now know what happened to that tree when you see the stuff that's over there.
And that is from the water shop. And that's spread to the Firefly, we held it up like this the entire time. Clap it. Just like that. These three birds represent, you have some vintage photos of it, the original dancers. And the dude that did this kind of dance, it was in the 1800s. They didn't have a back then. This dude looked like a straight up body. It's like, who's having metal bear? He's so cut. How long is it? So this one here is 8 pounds. Back then, mostly they're usually made out of steel.
Don't go between fence.
My birthday too. My birthday every day in the morning. Birthday is
Now Raven waits a little while longer, and soon enough he thinks that he must be dealing with a rude mountain. And so he begins to speak at the very top of his voice. Excuse me! And that's when the mouth does in fact open. Slowly, ponderously, but a powerful voice issues forth, and it says, I am the great one who sits on time. Now the power of this voice, Raven's proximity, knocks him back several miles end over end over end over end. Raven finally catches himself several miles away, having the answer in that voice. And the great one thinks about it for a while, in fact, and then he answers this. I am an ancient one. I know many, many things. And I have forgotten many, many things. And Raven says, that's fine, that's okay. Tell you what, let's start with something simple, and maybe we can jot your memory. We'll work out whatever. Now, your name, they call you the great one who sits on top. This is what they call you, yes? So please tell me, what is the tide and why do you sit on it? And again, this is an interesting thing. But he's never been asked this question before, and in fact, he's never even asked himself, so he thinks this is something. No, little bird. I am the great one who sits on time. This is what I have done, and this is what I will always do. Now go away, Now, Raven soon enough to find this speech is not going to be so hard. Only a rock, but in fact he has a stop in the coast outside. Raven thinks needed to know exactly what to do. Now, having known the secret of things in the circular, the doctor does say he stands up to the very first time. It said that you would have heard a fantastic sound from the top of the snake. For as long as I can remember, this is what I have done, and this is what I shall always do. Well, Raven, in receiving that answer from this ancient being, he's understood two things. Number one, he's understood that he's upset a great cycle. And in so doing, he understands his own place in the world, and as he flies away triumphantly, he says, I am one who upsets things. This is what I have done, and this is what I shall always do. And so this is how Raven creates high tide and low tide, and this is how Raven figures out that his role in the world to upset things. So I promise you that if you ever hear any more Raven stories ever again, he's definitely upsetting somebody somewhere. And so this is how Raven creates high tide and low tide. And I thank you folks for coming out. I hope you have a fantastic time and a safe ride home. Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye.
Yeah, anytime I get around like this, I'm doing it.
Yeah.